This is the part of brave leadership that folks don't really talk about much. Because it's not, climbing the ladder and being a success and getting the next promotion. This is my daughter Lily's room. It only looked like this on the day I moved her in. It has not looked like this since. We have 2 boys and a girl, and so the boys and Lily shared a room until she was about 2 and a half, and it was so cute. And then, it totally got trashed. There's ink stains on everything and paint, and, the drapes have been ripped. But what we do in our house, sometimes, if you've had kids, you've probably gone through this before. You have a busy day, you're going, you're running, and they start to unravel. And then they start to be pretty mean. Maybe to me, maybe to their siblings, maybe to their dad, maybe to their grandparents, whatever it is. And so you have to take a break. That's what we have to do in our house. And you just go take a break. And they do it at their school too. They go take a break, and they know we say take a break. And so they have to go sit in the room and distance themselves until they can come back and be a participating member of the family. And there have been times when they've had to take a break and they've not rejoined us that evening, right? Because they couldn't come out and be a better version of themselves. So they ended up, instead of a 5-minute, they ended up, finally falling asleep in a fit on the floor. And that's fine, right? Because they needed a break. They needed sleep. That's why they were freaking out. So we had to take a break in our house. But nobody talks about taking a break when you're a leader. In fact, that's actually antithetical to all of the leadership material, right? Because what do we see leadership as? It's a big, tall ladder. And if we step off the ladder, we're going to start all the way back up at the bottom and climb up to the top and go, and we'll lose. We invested 10 years in this. We'll lose all that. But Sheryl Sandberg calls it, right, a jungle gym. She's like, that's what it should be, a jungle gym. And that is what it should be, right? Because sometimes you're climbing to the top, sometimes you're sliding to the bottom, and it's a lot of times, sometimes you're falling plumb off, and it's not fun at all, right? So there's ups and downs. And that is what leadership looks like. My husband and I tried for years and years to have kids, and my career was going and blowing, and I was traveling, and we got pregnant with the triplets. And at 26 weeks, I had to go on bed rest. And I continued to work from a hospital bed in my house because nobody wants to lay in bed all day and not do anything, so I thought, so I kept working. But the second I had the kids early, and they were in the hospital for a month, and I was working a huge case. I had 6 attorneys on it. It was my case. I brought it in. I was, the relationship person, and I had to hand the case over to the partner that was in charge of the group that, instead of treating me like a team member, was treating me as his competition. And I knew how the client would get managed if I passed it off. And I didn't for a second not pass it off, right? He was the only person I had to pass it off to. Somebody had to manage all of these people, all of this work. Do I think back now and say, oh, I really wish, instead of going to the NICU every day and reading stories to my kids, that I had stayed on top of that case and not lost those originating credits? No, not for a second. I have the sweetest memories of that time.